Have you ever felt cornered by a question that wasn't meant to seek truth, but to trap you? That moment when your pulse spikes, your voice falters, and your peace evaporates. This isn't just about words, it's psychological warfare. Imagine this. In a meeting, someone suddenly asks, "Are you sure this mistake isn't yours?" The room goes silent. If you admit it, you're guilty. If you deny it, you're defensive.
Either way, you lose.
That's how manipulation works. It hides behind politeness, behind curiosity, behind simple questions. Yet what it really does is strip you of control. Marcus Aurelius once warned that the mind that reacts loses itself. And that's exactly what happens in these moments. You're pulled into their game. But there is another way. A discipline of the mind so sharp it cuts through deceit without rage or fear. The Stoics called it inner mastery. I call it verbal armor. Because when you learn to protect your calm, you take back your power. Every manipulative question hides a weapon. It's not random, it's calculated. Its goal is not to learn, but to dominate. The Stoics saw this centuries ago. Those who seek to provoke you are already weak, but they want your reaction to make them strong. Think about it. Don't you care about your team's mistakes? Why are you always so quiet in meetings? If you were confident, you'd speak up. Wouldn't you? Each question is a mirror built to distort your reflection. The manipulator isn't looking for clarity. They're hunting for control. They want to infect your peace with doubt. And once doubt takes root, it grows fast. You start explaining, defending, justifying, and in that instant, they own you. Epictetus said, "No one can harm you without your consent." The danger isn't in their words, it's in your reaction. The real battle begins not in the conversation, but inside your chest. The one who controls his breath controls his world. The trap doesn't start with the question. It starts with your need to prove yourself. The manipulator senses it, that flicker of insecurity deep within you. They twist words around that weakness until you step right into their snare. You rush to explain, to defend your worth. And in doing so, you hand them your peace. This is what Seneca called self-inflicted wounds of the mind. You are not defeated by others. You are defeated by your own impulse to react. When someone questions your competence, your honesty, or your character, your first instinct is to fight back. But the Stoic path demands restraint. The wise man does not explain himself to the ignorant. He stands still while the storm of words passes. You must understand, manipulative questions survive only if you feed them with emotion. Starve them, and they collapse. Calm is the blade they cannot dull. Manipulative questions rarely come as open attacks. They wear masks. The first mask is the loaded question. It injects guilt before you can even speak. Have you finally stopped slacking off? No answer frees you. Yes or no, you're branded. The second mask is the false assumption. It quietly inserts a lie into your reality. When you fail next time, what will you do differently? By answering, you agree you will fail. The poison hides in the premise. The third mask is the leading question, the one that drags you into conformity. Everyone thinks you overreact, don't they? If you agree, you surrender your truth. If you disagree, you appear unstable. These are not questions. They're traps disguised as dialogue. Seneca once said, "Language was made to serve truth, not to twist it." And yet every manipulator twists words to chain your emotions. Once you see these masks, you begin to reclaim control. Because awareness is the first weapon of the Stoic defender. Every Stoic knew that awareness precedes freedom. You cannot defend what you cannot see. The mind must become a watchtower, not a battlefield. When a manipulative question hits you, don't rush to reply. Pause. That pause is your shield. It is the moment when impulse turns into insight. The untrained mind reacts instantly, but the disciplined mind observes. You must learn to hear not just the words spoken, but the motive underneath them. Is this person seeking understanding or control? Ask yourself, what are they trying to make me feel? Guilty? Defensive? Small? Once you recognize the emotion they want from you, you've already disarmed their power. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." That includes the verbal daggers people throw. When awareness becomes your habit, their manipulation becomes visible. And what's visible can no longer enslave you. When the world provokes you, silence becomes your fortress. Most people rush to fill the air with explanations, but the Stoic remains still. Stillness unsettles manipulators because it denies them what they crave, your reaction. When you pause, you force them to face the emptiness of their own intent. Epictetus taught, "No man is free who is not master of himself." That mastery begins in the moment you choose silence over chaos. It's not passive. It's dominance in disguise. Stillness says, I see what you're doing, and I refuse to play. In that calm, your breathing slows, your tone steadies, and your gaze sharpens. You are no longer in their story. You are the observer of it. This is not weakness. This is psychological warfare at its highest form. You win by refusing to enter the arena. Remember this. Silence is not the absence of defense. It is defense perfected. When silence has done its work and clarity returns, the Stoic deploys the counter-question. It's not confrontation, it's precision. Socrates mastered this art. When accused or cornered, he didn't defend himself. He redirected the blade back to its wielder. When someone asks, "Aren't you the one who caused this problem?" you respond calmly. What specific problem are you referring to? The moment you ask, the dynamic flips. You are no longer the hunted. You are the examiner. The manipulator is forced into the light. They lose control because their power relied on your panic. The Stoic counter-question doesn't seek to argue. It seeks to reveal truth. It dismantles false premises and exposes intent. Seneca said, "Truth never shouts, it stands." By questioning instead of reacting, you make truth stand tall while deceit collapses under its own weight. Calm inquiry is sharper than any sword. Some questions are so corrupt that even answering them grants them legitimacy. The Stoic warrior refuses to play that game. When someone asks, "Why do you always fail at this?" you don't defend yourself. You expose the lie beneath it. Say calmly, "I don't accept the assumption that I always fail." In that instant, you destroy the structure of their manipulation. You name the poison before it enters your mind. This is not arrogance, it's awareness. Marcus Aurelius warned, "The opinion of others is smoke unless you breathe it in." By rejecting the false premise, you stop inhaling the toxins of deceit. Most people spend their lives explaining themselves to false accusations, but not the Stoic. The Stoic stands unmoved, grounded in truth. You don't argue with a distortion, you deny it entry. Remember, not every question deserves your attention. Some deserve your indifference. That is real control. Even when you master the techniques of silence and logic, the true battle begins inside you. The real enemy isn't the manipulator. It's your own surge of emotion, the flash of anger, the sting of shame, the fear of being misunderstood. That's what they aim for, because once your emotions hijack your mind, logic is gone. The Stoics knew this well. Epictetus warned, "When we are angry, we are convinced we are right." But emotion clouds reason, and reason is your only weapon. You must train yourself to breathe before you speak, to feel the fire rise and still not let it burn you. This is the art of emotional detachment, not indifference, but control. When someone attacks you with words, see their tactic, not their tone. Detach from the noise and watch how their power fades. Emotional mastery is the foundation of Stoic defense. For no one can enslave a calm mind. The Stoics didn't wait for chaos to arrive. They trained for it daily. Before sunrise, Marcus Aurelius would remind himself, "Today I will meet interference, ingratitude, arrogance, betrayal." He wasn't being pessimistic, he was preparing. This practice, called premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils, was the Stoics' ritual shield. You must do the same. Each morning, tell yourself, "Today someone may challenge my truth, twist my words, or try to provoke me." By expecting it, you disarm it. The mind that prepares cannot be ambushed. When the trap comes, you recognize it instantly. Your pulse remains calm. Your focus razor sharp. Preparation isn't fear, it's confidence built through foresight. The modern mind trains muscles but neglects emotional armor. Train both, expect manipulation, and when it comes, smile inwardly. You saw it before it arrived. That's not paranoia, that's mastery. Every manipulative encounter is not just a threat, it's training. The Stoic reframes every verbal assault as a chance to sharpen discipline. When someone tries to trap you, don't see an enemy. See a mirror reflecting your inner control. Each test exposes where your mind still wavers. Did you react too fast? Did pride whisper in your ear? Then that's your work for tomorrow. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The obstacle is the way. The question meant to humiliate you becomes your teacher. The insult meant to destabilize you becomes your forge. You are not here to escape discomfort. You are here to be transformed by it." The manipulator becomes an unwilling ally in your evolution. Every trap is a gym for your character. Every attack is an invitation to practice mastery. Once you see that you no longer fear confrontation. You welcome it as your training ground. Words are tools, not weapons. The weak use them to wound. The wise use them to reveal truth. When you speak as a Stoic, every word must be deliberate, measured, calm, necessary. The manipulator thrives on chaos, exaggeration, and emotional bait. You counter it with clarity. Speak slowly. Breathe between phrases. Let silence punctuate your confidence. Never over-explain. Never rush. The moment you justify yourself endlessly, you give them power. Seneca advised, say little, but say it with purpose. This is how Stoic dialogue sounds. Steady, unshakable. Stripped of ego, you don't speak to win approval. You speak to express reality. When you control your tone, you command the room. People listen differently when they sense your words come from discipline, not emotion. Precision turns speech into strength. Power is not in how loud you speak, it's in how little you need to. The manipulator's greatest weapon is your concern for what others think. They corner you not with logic, but with your own fear of judgment. But the Stoic sees opinions for what they are, reflections in water, distorted and temporary. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, what others think of you is their drama, not your duty. When someone tries to twist your image, let them. Their perception is not your reality. The wise man does not chase mirrors, he polishes his mind instead. Detachment is not arrogance, it's self-respect. You are not here to manage impressions, you are here to master integrity. Your peace is too valuable to hand over to every critic, every manipulator, every whispering crowd. When you stop seeking validation, their traps lose meaning. The world loses control over you the moment you stop performing for it. That is the heart of freedom. To dominate without rage is the highest form of strength. Anyone can shout. Only the disciplined can stay composed when provoked. When someone tries to corner you, their goal is to pull you into emotional chaos. Because in chaos, clarity dies. But the Stoic does not fight on their terms. You respond with calm precision, cutting through the noise like a blade through fog. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The best revenge is to be unlike your enemy. When they expect fury, give them serenity. When they want chaos, give them stillness." This reversal disarms them completely. Your calm presence becomes power they cannot match. Remember, anger feels powerful but weakens your control. Calm feels restrained but multiplies your authority. The more disciplined your reaction, the more others feel your dominance without you ever raising your voice. Control is not shown through aggression, it's proven through composure. Philosophy means nothing if it stays on the page. It must live in you. Every day, the Stoics built reflexes through repetition. Just as a soldier trains his body, you must train your responses. Each morning, visualize yourself under attack. Someone blames you unfairly, mocks your ideas, questions your worth. See it vividly, and then see yourself unmoved, calm, focused, controlled. That's mental conditioning. Later, when it happens in real life, you won't collapse. You'll act with mastery, Seneca said. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. So, train the imagination until nothing surprises you. Every insult, every trap becomes part of your workout. Discipline your tone. Slow your breath. Choose your silence. You are not reacting anymore. You are rehearsing greatness. Eventually, calm becomes automatic. That is the Stoic reflex. Composure so ingrained, it replaces instinct with wisdom. When you master these shields, awareness, silence, counter-question, emotional control, you enter a different reality. No one can cage your mind anymore. The manipulator loses interest because their weapons no longer work. You've become what the Stoics called apatheia, unmoved by chaos, free from manipulation. You speak when necessary, stay silent when wise, and think before all else. You live anchored in clarity. Seneca wrote, "No storm can shake the mountain that stands firm in itself." That mountain is you. Your peace is no longer dependent on others' words, opinions, or moods. You are not reactive, you are deliberate. You no longer fight battles of ego, you choose battles of purpose. This is the reward of Stoic defense, a life of inner authority. The world will keep throwing questions to provoke you, but you will answer only one. What does my highest self choose now? That answer is freedom. Every battle begins in the mind, and every victory begins with awareness. The way you respond to manipulation, to pressure, to deceit, that defines the strength of your inner fortress. You've now learned the Stoic way to defend yourself, through calm, clarity, and control. But knowing is not enough. You must live it. Starting today, train your awareness. When someone tries to provoke you, pause, breathe, see their intent, and choose stillness instead of reaction. That's how you reclaim your power. That's how you become untouchable. If this message spoke to you, share your thoughts below. I want to hear how you'll begin your own Stoic defense. Leave a comment, because every story strengthens someone else's resolve. And if you found value in this, gently like the video, subscribe for more lessons in Stoic mastery, and share it with someone who needs this calm strength in their life. Thank you for listening. This is Stoic Power Lab, where we train the mind to remain unshaken.